Good morning.
Good
I'm clicking all
morning.
the wrong buttons trying to get it started.
I know, and I'm trying to pull up the Facebook thing, and whoo,
It's Monday, right?
this is a whole new thing.
Monday
Oh,
after having off a week. So we had Labor Day weekend.
right.
Yes, Labor
Oh,
Day.
right. We had that whole time off, so we haven't even spoken since then. That's right.
Yeah, and that was nice. I took a few days and it was kind of nice because even though I took a couple days off a month or so ago, which was like my first time really taking
Right.
a couple days off since we were in Vegas in February. Um, but going up into the mountains where you're completely disconnected, whether you want to or not, that was so bizarre. Just put my phone on airplane mode because otherwise it's just going to be killing my battery. So just
Right.
taking pictures, videos, all that fun stuff. And that was really needed for sure because I needed to refuel myself and just kind of get out, disconnect from the dang computer and phone.
Well, and I think, since COVID's been going on, it's kind of been nonstop computer and phone. Like,
Yeah.
now I have been on way more trainings and meetings than I would ever be on because normally you just don't have the time to drive to get there or to take the time off or whatever it is. So it's been a lot. And interestingly enough, for Memorial Day weekend, I'm curious how many people, actually either went away or what they do differently, or is it just more work, more video, more phone because we're not really traveling, we're not really visiting, etc.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And even looking for flights to come down there, I mean, they're somewhat cheap. The times are all weird.
Right.
Like to leave, it's, 6 in the morning, coming back, which, it's an hour and a half drive. So that's like, not, I'm like, that doesn't even sound like fun.
No,
I'll just fly down and I'll rent a car. And
no, that's
they're
horrible.
not wanting me to be able to drop it off at a different location than where I pick up a car, which
Right.
I've never heard of before. And I'm like, I hate putting all the miles on my car. So, and I hate driving.
Right. Oh, see, I love driving. So
I don't like Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they're going through Atlanta. Well, you could go around on 285, but still too trafficy. I lived there in the 90s, and it is so different now than it was back then. I mean, it's grown exponentially since then. And so, I mean, it was trafficy then. Now it's just unbelievable.
It's not bad when I'm with somebody because we can stay in the HOV lane and stuff, but
right.
I don't know. I just have to. I did find when we left, when I went down with Jess, and she wanted to leave at midnight. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm old, and that's when I'm sleeping.
Right.
She's like, I want to drive. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know that that's going to help me. Like,
no, forget it. I wouldn't sleep a wink. I mean, I wouldn't sleep a wink if an adult who's been driving 30 years was driving because I
cannot sleep at all because I'm always afraid if I go to sleep, they're going to get tired and fall asleep.
Right.
But she drove, and I did find going through Atlanta at 3:00 in the morning is okay.
Right. Well, good. That's awesome. That's all grown up. That's crazy. So was it last week now or the week before? Gosh, everything's running together. 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
we did the Tom Ferry, his annual success summit, and I've never attended because it's in California, and for me to attend that's a usually it's always when school is starting, and so I've never attended it live. I did attend it via video 2 weeks ago, and it's interesting. I'll be curious to see how many more of this type of an event will they maybe ultimately in the future do both ways, live and streaming, and maybe you pay less to stream than you do to do it live. I don't know, just a thought, because they can get way more people in attendance, and I have to give it to Tom Ferry. I would think it's really hard to keep up the energy and keep it going when he was standing in front of a huge video screen with all the people were on Zoom in front of him. So at least he was feeling a little bit of the interaction, but it's not like people can talk back to you, so I have to give it to him. He kept the energy up. It was exciting. It was a great event. I enjoyed it. There was a lot to learn. We've shared a couple of things, but we're going to share his 3 hacks to finish out the 4th quarter strong. So we are in September now, and October.
Isn't that crazy? And
I know.
Christmas stuff, and I'm like, for the first time, I may put up Christmas early, just because that means it's closer to the end of the year.
End of the year, and 2021 has got to be the best year ever. I'm hoping for. It is weird. It's weird that we're getting into the 4th quarter now. I mean, which then means planning and doing your business planning for 2021. So our October classes will be about that, which will be cool. I'm
excited for that, actually. I really am. I mean, I miss having that full day event, but I think breaking it up and having fun homework along with, regular homework. But I don't know. I'm actually excited for October and doing our business planning, breaking it up. Yep. So they have more time to do stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. And then it'll just be short segments, and hopefully people will commit to doing the homework at home as opposed to doing a lot of it that we did in class.
Yeah.
So let's start with this, the 3 hacks. Are you looking to get more leads? Are you raising your hand and showing people that you're here and you're out here and you're ready to list and you're ready to sell? As we're getting to the 4th quarter, again, can't believe it. We all want to finish strong, like really strong, maybe even to make up for March, which was probably our not so great month. So the first would be to leverage every contact in your phone. And I don't know about you guys, but I have like over 1,000 phone contacts. I save everybody. I love when I had, they were buyers and then they were sellers and they moved to Georgia, and like that was it. I thought that would be it. And I didn't do my best at keeping in contact with them because whoever thought they would be coming back. And 2 years after they moved to Georgia, she texts me and says, "Hey, Carrie, this is so-and-so. Do you remember me?" Of course I remember you. You're still saved in my phone. Sorry, I haven't kept in contact. We're actually closing on their new home in Grant, Valkyria tomorrow. But make sure that you are keeping in touch with them, whether it be maybe even just texting, or you can do a video that you send via text, or cross-reference, making sure that your contacts in your phone are also in your Facebook or your LinkedIn or, Twitter or what's the other one? Instagram, whatever you're using. Well, you'll probably talk more about that when we get there. But, maybe send them a text about the state of the market. Maybe just something, hey, just checking in. We are super low inventory. If you are even thinking about selling, now is the time. There's a shortage of homes. Your home will sell. Interest rates are low. I mean, interest rates are still just unbelievably low,
It's crazy. It's just a crazy market. So, yeah, I mean, we have the contacts on our phones. Like, I know that, our big push has been like when we couldn't do things to make sure that we were reaching out to them. But now it's not, are you okay? Or how can I help you? It's like this crazy market.
Yeah. If you want to sell, if you have a thought, a glimmer in your eye is to sell, now is the time to do it. So an easy way to kind of even just go through your contacts is maybe at night, if you're sitting on the couch watching your or now we're all like, what do they call that? When you watch it, like
binge watching.
Now that we're binge watching TV shows, maybe you can go through your list and make sure, you have your contacts updated and make it a text and just start texting while you're sitting there. You don't want to group text because you don't want them responding to each other and you want them to feel like they are important.
Yes. I think that's important to not make it, even if you were to copy and paste a message, make sure to include that first name because you don't want it to feel fake. You want it to feel authentic. And I think people love, hearing their first name, or it feels like it's more intimate in that way and that it's not some canned message. And definitely using social media. I mean, I know we're always saying this, to use social as a way to keep up with your past clients, your prospects, friends, family, your sphere by, finding reasons to send a handwritten note card. But it's also a fun way of engagement, letting people know what the market's like, or using stories. Like if you're not using stories, and now Instagram has Reels, which is, kind of like the TikTok, and I have not even begun that. I've barely even touched.
You haven't done TikTok at all? So Leo is watching TikTok.
My husband is always watching it. Like he is nonstop, and he works, overnight. So I wake up in the morning and he's sent me like 4 different TikToks.
I haven't even downloaded the app yet. I need to get with it. I struggle with like how many things I need to be doing, right?
It reminds me of when Pinterest first came out, because all of a sudden, like, you'd look at the clock and like you just lost 4 hours of your life. And that's how TikTok is. But it is entertaining. There's some massive talent out there. I noticed like it's interesting how everyone's feed is different, because my husband's feed is all about like animals and dogs, whereas mine isn't. It's people doing that crazy shuffle and all this. It actually makes me want to get up and dance and try all these funky moves. And my daughter wants to do it, and then she sees me and she's like, yeah, no.
I've seen a couple of agents do. I'm doing the Katie Lance 30-day challenge thing, which if you ever have an opportunity to do that and you haven't done it before, that keeps you on task for getting yourself organized. Her first segment was all LinkedIn for the first week, and I have barely ever paid attention to it. But that's a super simple one to pay attention to, just doing it twice a week and reaching out to people. But so, I think about, all right, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and now TikTok. And what's that other one?
Like Snapchat.
Snapchat. Do people still even do Snapchat?
The kids, I only do it for the kids. Like that's how I find their location, and I can, if I send them a text message versus a Snapchat, I'll always get a response on Snapchat first.
Oh, that's funny.
If I, want pictures from Hunter, they're going to be coming from Snapchat. And then I always have to do screenshots. Well, you get notified if someone's doing a screenshot of your pictures. So then he had to come and show me how to download them. I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't really know. I mean, to me, I probably do Snapchat when I shouldn't be, or I know I do it more like when I'm in Vegas, or just kind of like things because I know it'll disappear. So probably when I shouldn't be on social, and they should be asking me some multiple questions, like some weird questions. But using like stories, asking polls, asking questions, it can really be engaging. And I think that's a great way to leverage social and engaging posts to create the conversations versus just posting like the normal, just listed, just sold. Ask questions. Make it engaging. Stories are amazing. I know at first it kind of freaked me out because you could see like the amount of people that actually see my stories versus a regular post is not even close in comparison. And I think that freaked me out because then I would get a lot of messages. And at first that was just weird. But now that's just where it is. So stories, if you're not utilizing them, use them. And now, Remax has the fun stickers and all that kind of stuff. There's tons of gifts that you can add to make it fun, playful. You can ask questions, tag others that are, in, a location or anything like that. That helps really create that engagement. Other people may share it, all that fun stuff. So utilizing stories and your social for your sphere to create those conversations.
Well, and here's one of the things that Katie told us to do last week, or maybe it was I'm getting all the days. It doesn't matter what day it was to tag somebody and write a post, whoever it is. Just say I sold a house to Jane Doe. That's just the easiest name to remember. I just want to give a shout out to my previous client, Jane Doe, who is a teacher at Brevard County Schools, and she's going to work every day, wearing her mask, teaching our students. it's a challenge, but she's doing it. I thought that was a great thing to do as
Mhm.
well. That way you, like you said, you're tagging somebody, you're engaging, and maybe the last sentence is, "What? Please give her a shout out below, or please tag your favorite teacher below, or something
Yeah.
like that." That's a great
And
way
it's so
to,
simple. It's
yeah,
like those little teeny ideas. So simple. It's like, why
yeah.
didn't I think of that? But it creates that engagement. So definitely I would say use social. And what's that other one?
You mean
The last
re-engaging? Oh
one. Yeah.
yeah. Re-engaging with your past clients, re-engaging them. And I know we've talked about this a lot, but we're just going to keep talking about it. Is it time to sell? Is it time to sell? The market's good. We actually have an agent in our office. When somebody's lived in their house 5 to 6 years, this agent makes a point of reaching out to those people to see if it's time for them to sell, because on average people live in their house for 7 years. So that's
I
an
mean, I think it's a
ongoing
great
way.
idea to reach out to your past clients who have been in their house a couple years more. And even if it's just, hey, if you're just curious to see even what your house would be worth, to do a CMA, or, let them know how the market is, it opens that line of communication. And you never know. I mean, with the way the market is, you just never know. So
Right.
re-engaging.
That's the truth. I mean, and you might think that they're going to be there forever, but something could be going on, and they've changed their mind. This isn't the forever home, or we want to downsize, or we want to upsize. I have clients years ago, and they were living in a smaller home in Suntree, with 1,400 square feet. You would think that they would not want to upsize, just and not to group people, but because of their age, they were kind of post retirement, and they just decided this house wasn't big enough and enough for what they wanted. They wanted their family to come visit. They
Well,
wanted,
and
you
you
know,
have the whole Corona babies coming.
that.
So, I mean, people are going extra room. You have all these people that now need office space.
Well, they
Because
were,
now they're able to work from
and they
home.
were saying, I saw in the news yesterday morning, there are more people in their 20s moving back home because of coronavirus, because of maybe their income has been reduced. More people moving back home, or the most amount of people moving back home since the Great Depression. So now, do they maybe need a little bit of a bigger house, to fit somebody in? I was watching a story on the news yesterday, and it was their son went away to college, and their daughter, who'd been on her own working, was coming back home because her work and pay had been cut. And so once her brother went to college, she had her bedroom, and she overtook his bedroom to make it her office. And she said, this was on CBS Sunday Morning, which I love to watch. She said, I took over his bedroom. He'll just have to figure it out when he comes home for Thanksgiving. And, but there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of jobs, and even those that are in college. I mean, with the dorms being in that situation, I know, looking at Hunter to go to UT, it's like, it's just such a different experience now versus, it's like I was super excited when we moved up here to be able to have that full college experience, and everything is different right now. And I just kind of breaks my heart, the whole graduation kind of there, kind of not, or was there the week they start college. But I don't know. I mean, it's different. I think we've taken so many new tools. We're in a different, I mean, that's the great thing about real estate, is it's always evolving. I think this is more of a technology driven
Yep.
growth year. I think those that may be a little reluctant now, they're realizing, oh, I can do this, and now I understand, the purpose, or why this could make things great. So I think even when things get back to the new normal, I think we're going to be incorporating a lot of this, the 3D, tours, the Matterports, anything like that. Just, it's all about that consumer experience, making it easier. And I think that's where we're headed anyway, but we just really had to kind of fast track that. For
And
sure.
you know, in a weird way, I think it's a blessing. I think it's I had an agent yesterday reach out to me asking me about Matterport. I was never a huge fan of Matterport. The minute COVID happened and we weren't showing houses, every listing of mine I was booking a Matterport. I called my photographer and I had him go back to listings that I had previously done and had him do Matterports because you know we're still getting people from other states not coming until they close or not coming until they do the inspection or sometimes not coming at all until after they close. You
Yeah.
know, I had one of those recently, you know, and it's and I'm seeing more and more agents who hadn't done anything with social media or video doing more and more stuff, and I love it. Like I love watching them. I love seeing the growth and the change and the, you know, it's
I mean, it's interesting that we were almost forced to do that, but now I feel it's been long enough that we're kind of embracing that, and it's going to be a part of our business moving forward, which is kind of fun.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's the
definitely.
part I've loved, and all the stuff that we had done prior to this, not even having a clue how important that was going to be when all this kind of happened. I mean, I'm
Right.
thankful for all that we've always been pretty proactive when it comes to technology. And, it was really just for my selfish needs, just to have something there for everybody because I already had all this content. But my
Right.
gosh, I mean, I think because we were ahead of the curve, having the green rooms, having all this stuff, it wasn't like that big of a deal. It was like, you know, we already have everything there. Now they have, instead of me just constantly talking about it or us talking about it, it's like,
Right.
okay.
Well, and now it's time to do it. I mean, honestly, like even with this Monday morning wake up call show, how long did we talk about doing this? And it finally took COVID to make it happen. You know, it's
Yeah, because I think so many other platforms and, I mean, that was our biggest hurdle is when I moved is Zoom just wasn't the right platform for Facebook Live.
right.
There's other ones, but this just seemed to have the StreamYard just seemed to be perfect. But yeah, I was trying to find, and it really definitely pushed us to doing that. So after a 2-year wait.
Right. Here we are doing it, finally doing it. So everybody out there, you need to get out there and start doing video. But let's just recap the things you should be doing for the last quarter, especially now. I mean, we are 2 months of inventory in Brevard County. That is nothing. I believe, and I'll be close, but I believe in the United States right now from NAR, it's 3.7 months, which is still super low, but we are way below the super low. So we need to be going out there getting the listings. So the first thing, just to remind you, leverage every single contact in your phone. I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, there it is. It's going off and I have it on silent. So if anybody's texting me right now, that's why I'm not responding. But leverage every single contact in your phone and just reach out to them and see if they're listing. Second thing, like you said, social, engage, use stories, figure out which social platforms are working for you, and then re-engage with past clients. You never know when they're going to be ready to sell. Hey, they may have only been in the house a year and they found with all the time they're at home, it's not big enough for them and their partner to be in two different places at once. You know, it might be they're too much home togetherness, not so good. So they might need a bigger house so one can be in the living room and one can be in the family room, or maybe both people are working from home and they need home offices, so reach back out to them. So for your weekly activity, and this can be hard, especially now, because I have to tell you, I am feeling it the past 2 weeks. I'm feeling this staying at home and not feeling part of a community as much out in person. Find reasons to smile and to be happier. What can you do to be happier, either for yourself or for someone else? You know what I mean? To help spread the happiness, because this is tough. You know, the teachers just went back to school. The kids went back to school. And if I'm feeling for the teachers right now, so spread some happiness, spread some love if you can, smile, that's the thing. Like if you smile, other people will smile,
It's contagious. I used to call it smile therapy when I
Yeah.
was just like in a bummed, time. I would just do smile therapy and just walk around, and it was probably like a shit-eating grin, just But it actually would turn genuine because it would be hilarious. Just people would just smile back at you, and they have no idea why. But it was just the smile therapy, and I know that it's just that weekly activity. It just seems so simple, right? Just be happy. I mean,
Right.
but I think right now that's as soon as you turn on the news, everything is just drained from you. But, I kind of disconnect from that and just be in the moment with your family, your friends, even if it is a FaceTime or anything like that. Just try to find ways to be happier. And that goes with the quote of the week is just, if you want to be happy, like set a goal that commands your thoughts. It liberates your energy and inspires your hopes. And that's just something that I always try to do, like when I'm thinking of my goals and what makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but I think, just finding something that you're passionate about and just focusing on that and putting your energy and focus into that will ultimately, help you with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. We're all struggling a little bit, or maybe we aren't all. Maybe I am this week, but it feels like a little bit of a struggle. And like Ashley said, she couldn't do it without school. Yeah, honestly, Gavin wanted to go back to school. I'm glad he went. So find something to make you smile and share the love.
No, for sure. And then, of course, always wake up, kick ass, repeat. That goes without saying.
Yep, exactly.
So we have a couple more weeks, and then I'll put in a link in this thread where you can register so that you can join the private Facebook group, as well as get your homework assignments, the recap videos for everything that we're doing for the October show. Of course, it will be live just like our normal show, but we'll have it in a couple other places in case you missed the episodes and stuff like that. So I think that's about it.
I think that's it. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and we'll see you either at Agent Roundtable, which is this Thursday, and I think we'll just have an open forum just for people to just reconnect and talk and give us what's going on with them and what we can help each other with.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.